Welcome back, guys. My name is Zone FanFic. You're watching the Sync Zone podcast, and this is episode 57. If you're joining us today, thank you guys so much. We're going to be talking about all kind of things today, but yeah, I want to appreciate you guys for stopping by. It's been a very busy few weeks for me, if you guys can already tell. But we're gonna get into just a few things today, and I hope you guys like it. I really do. I hope you guys enjoy some, what do they call it, ASMR? That was delicious. Yeah. So before we get into things, just really quick, I want to do an appreciation for all you guys that are following me on Twitter, as well as the Patreon. Make sure to go check out the Patreon and yeah, join the Discord, because we got all the folks there. Get the latest and greatest over there. Make sure you guys definitely do that. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel or the other channels, the gaming channel, Zone Voyager, as well as Zone FanFic, make sure to go do that. I much appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so it's been an interesting year already. I don't know exactly how to express my gratitude just for all of you guys that have basically just stayed true to watch the channel and give criticism here and there and hang out, watch parties with us. But I honestly can't thank you guys enough. I wanted to get into a few things. Just to sort of summarize, it's going to be definitely going to be talking about the Super Bowl halftime show, which there was a lot of criticism on just that alone, as well as we're going to get into some gaming and some anime news. It's going to be a quick one today, but we're going to hit you with something pretty nice in the next few weeks. It's going to be a video that drops, and I hope you guys like it because it's been a lot of hard work. And I don't know how to spoil. I don't want to spoil it for you. But I think first off, I do want to start off by saying solo leveling has just been at it. So they've been doing their thing. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know what to say at this point. They've been killing it. They've been killing it. All of season 2, most of season 1. The animation, the storytelling, the pacing, everything is solid, and it's very consistent with the manhwa. If you guys don't already know, we do manhwa reviews and read-throughs and reactions over on Twitch as well. So make sure to go check that out as well. And yeah, make sure to check hang out with us and stuff. But so we also do Tower of God as well. We've been reacting with that, as well as some other commentators as well, people that do read-throughs for that, and it's just a great time. I think the manhwa world is just so much more pleasant, definitely more pleasant. And yeah, clap it up for that one, guys. Clap it up for that, guys, because yeah, it's I do enjoy my time just in that space. It is very nice, especially with the Tower of God fans. They're just a blast. So if you're an enjoyer of Tower of God like I am, make sure to subscribe. Yeah, if you guys want to see us just do theories and reactions on that, make sure to follow. Give us a follow. Yeah, why not? Right? Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the last chapter for this season, season 3, is going to be today. Now there are some like non-translated versions already out. We're not reviewing those because we actually like to read the text, and sometimes the text isn't always included or the translation is bad. So yeah. Make sure to, of course, go and subscribe on Webtoon. Give the author some credit. SIU is doing a fantastic job. but yeah, without further ado, let's dive into solo leveling. Solo leveling is just, they've been killing it. I think episode 8 was phenomenal. I can't express how much I am appreciative of the studio. I think the studio is A1 Pictures. Phenomenal job, A1 Pictures. Phenomenal jobs. Hats off to you. Yeah, yeah, and I'm at that. Yeah. Um, you know, it's very interesting, and I think there's been a lot of controversy behind just finding the right studios to align with certain animes. I think Tower of God has sort of struggled with that with season 2. However, I think there's potential. I think that, in this pace, they're not as far along. Like, they're very early into like season 2. Season 2 is very large. So we're just not getting there, guys. The support is real, especially amongst the fan bases. Especially with solo leveling. Solo leveling, I think that they can do, is very difficult to go wrong. But it's very, actually, I stand corrected. I'm going to say that it's very difficult to maintain consistency, right? And I think that's something solo leveling does really well. And it's just a fantastic thing to see. The animation is great. The pacing is great. It's just remained consistent. There's not really much to say aside from that. Episode 2 is where he faces, I think, the Demon Monarch, which I like. I like how they're sort of including like the administrator in there within certain episodes. I like that, aside from just the animation alone, because animation was good. I'm not gonna front right there, right? But the just the overall, like, you could capture some of the emotions on their faces. The timing is right. The mechanics are right. It doesn't seem overbearing or out of the norm. It seems very consistent with the manga, and that's something that I think is something to, hats off to, for A1 Pictures for just coming through with that. Yeah. Aside from that, I think I think you guys know what we're really here for, right? the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl. Actually, yeah, we'll start with the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl halftime performance. There was a lot of controversy just behind that, and for that to get as much controversy as it did, the NFL went out of its way to apologize for a piece of performative art, which I find alarming. And it's something that I think every individual that has an understanding and appreciation for art should automatically kick back, because it's basically, it's very contradictory. It doesn't make sense in their statement, especially when it's told in the perspective of an artist, right? As a piece of art form. So what we essentially received was American art, right? American art. This was essentially the, I don't want to say Black American story, but it was the American story, right? Black Americans historically, they have been a part of history from day one, right? So because of that, we get what's a pretty accurate description of what some of the perceptions behind how certain groups in America should operate based on the idea of the patriarchy, right? There's a lot of people that are anti-government, anti-patriarchy, but if you are truly anti-government, you understand that the difference is that being truly anti-government is being anti-patriarchy, not patriot. You can still be a patriot and not really or want to improve the patriarchy that is consistent in America for decades and centuries. So, I thought it was very accurate. There's a lot of controversy behind Uncle Sam, played by Samuel Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson, and I thought it was very interesting, just based on how some of the words that he said, when he said it, and then just how they changed up the pace, right? Of course, Kendrick got to go out there and do his thing. We're here to support any artist that is doing something that that's not harming anyone, right? That's spreading joy. I thought it was interesting that he's basically just dropped an album, basically won 5 Grammys alone from Not Like Us, which was part of a diss track. So best video, that all that stuff is just groundbreaking stuff, to say the least. And I think that's something we should be more appreciative of if we are support anyone. It doesn't matter if you're a musical artist, if you're someone in production, if you're into, I don't care if it's paint, I don't care if it's drawing or writing, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're doing it right, no one's getting hurt, cool. And I think that's ultimately important. I think there's a bigger story than what I'm saying here, that you can definitely read into in terms of what they were trying to portray or depict, rather, the story they were trying to tell. And I will have to give my thoughts on that another day, just because we have some more news. Maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know yet, but I thought it was important, to also state that of course, Kendrick is back trending #1. Hip hop, it's been sort of a drought for the last 15 years or so, and I know Kendrick dropped that last project, and you got artists that's been dropping projects, but it's hip hop, and I don't think there was much of a general consensus or difference between hip hop and pop culture. I think people are learning learning what that is now, and that's very important. And how sometimes a lot of pop artists try to take influence from hip hop culture. It is very interesting, but again, I think there's somewhat of a shift going on there. That's a little important to talk about. There's also, let's see, what do we have here? So, so potential leak from PgLang. We don't know if it was Jet from PgLang, but there was we already know, we talked about the South Park episode, that is potentially rumored to be coming out in June or July. Again, no official date on that from what I can recall, as of yet, but there are rumors that this, according to I think it's IMB, what is it called? It's already on site. It's basically the title of the movie, which is called Whitney Springs, Again, I don't know if this is a live action or an anime, but I felt like it's very interesting to sort of talk about, because there are a lot of interesting things that can come out of this movie. Could it be more clues and context in terms of some of the more mysterious things that were coming out during the disses, during the diss battle between Drake and Kendrick, or um, could it be something more, right? And more, by more, what I mean is, could we get some potential music in there? Are we going to see some sort of cameos in there, similar to what we saw in Power, where we saw Kendrick in Power, along with 50 Cent? Are we going to get some people that we generally wouldn't get? Or maybe even now, will Samuel L. Jackson be making a return in the South Park movie? I don't know. I'm not going to put it past him, but I felt like it was very interesting. Just this accumulation of things that are going on, and in the ecosystem. It's just happening. It's all happening, and I find that all very interesting. I'm very excited. I don't know if it's going to be mostly. I know it's going to be comedy because it's South Park, but in terms of like, is this going to be like a trend? Basically talking about just everything and like that's been happening, or is it going to be talking about specifically hip hop culture? Is it going to just include those topics alone? Like there's so many directions this film can go. And the fact that it's dropping, I want to say it's dropping July, because that's when the 4th of July is happening. And you know how Kendrick is. But yeah, July 2025, apparently, right? Trailers rumored to be coming out in March, right? So put that on your calendars, travelers, because we're gonna be going to town. Just dissecting every little bit of that trailer, and if it's anything like, I don't know, the Squabble Up video, or the I don't know, the what was it, the Super Bowl sneak peeks that we got, halftime sneak peeks that we got, then I think we're in for like a long run. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I'm not gonna say. I think it's gonna be interesting that we, if it's anything like, I don't know, the Super Bowl, or any of those commercials, Squad Blood video, the Not Like Us video, just the amount of creativity and ability that Dave, Free, and Kendrick Lamar, when they come together, they have, I think is just absolutely phenomenal. It's very difficult to top, and again, they always make sure to include some type of some story, right? And I think that is something that has to return in certain art forms. Like, what is your story? What is the story that you want to tell? Because I think that's vital, and it's something that's definitely missing in the general public. Is people are afraid to tell their story because they're afraid. They want to fit in. They want to basically cruise by and just sort of go, take the road. We'll say the road traveled most, right? As opposed to the road less traveled, because it's just easier. There's less controversy. There's less feedback. There's less threats. There's less everything, right? And the fact that he's we've got an artist like this that's willing to put his face forward, I think is very it's very big. And it really should show what true artistry is. And what is missing in today's society. I think everyone's so afraid to do what they want to do that they sort of limit themselves in a way, or they feel like they're incapable of doing it, which is another potential flaw, that they don't acknowledge. I think that's it ultimately hurts them, and it hurts their fan base when they either try to personify themselves based on what the fans think, or take some sort of persona from features and sort of let that be them. And so it comes off inconsistent, and it comes off unauthentic, right? Inauthentic. We'll say that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was very very interesting that the NFL felt the need to apologize um, as as a performance, as if that hurt someone, right? People still watch it. They got the most rated views they've ever got um, for a halftime performance. That was 133 million.5. That is 100,000 more than Michael Jackson, the person that has essentially had the highest amount of views in decades. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think there's something more there. Um, but I thought it was very interesting, and I should state that. Um, all love and positivity over there. But yeah, man. That was a Super Bowl halftime performance. Next up, though, I guess we'll get into Cobra Kai. You know, we got a new Karate Kid that is on the way. We talked about this a few weeks ago with I think we've got LaRusso in there from the not only the previous Karate Kid with Mr. Miyagi, but we've also got um, Jackie Chan back. Now, I don't know if this is his second student or third student or what happened in this part, and I've talked about this before, but I find it interesting that they Cobra Kai was able to make their stand. They were able to come back and present a good story. I didn't think they'd be able to do it um, within just the series, right? I know they made sure to sort of dial it down a bit, not only because it was a series, but because of to get new audiences engaged. Excuse me. I thought that was very important, very interesting, and a very smart way to do that. Um, and then the way that they ended it, I thought it was phenomenal. Um, it almost brought me to tears because I was like, man, that is just amazing that they brought so many characters back um in that series. Like old faces that they brought everyone back for the most part. I don't remember if there's anyone that they even brought Mr. Miyagi back. Spoiler alert. And I was like, well, how did they bring Mr. Miyagi back? I don't know, but it's um that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it was just phenomenal. Amazing final episode for the Cobra Kai series. Um, I think a lot of people are gonna give it some crap. Just because of its nature. I want you guys to remember this is a series that is based on the movies. So if you guys want to see more of that, go and check out the older movies. If you're anything like me, you'll have somewhat of an appreciation for that, and you'll learn to maybe appreciate the series a little more. But I know every Karate Kid, even the Karate Kid with the teen female in it. I found that one very interesting. I think Mr. Miyagi was in that one too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I could be incorrect, but um, yeah, this is just it's a part of people's childhood, guys. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I felt like that was just an important moment in history, you know. Um, Next up, I guess we'll move to the anime category. We have author of Vinland Saga rumored to be coming out with a science fiction manga. And I have an idea, but again, the statement that officially released is by I'm gonna pronounce this, and I hope I don't butcher it. Right? It's Makoto Mokono Yoromura. Mokono Yoromura. Right. So essentially, Mokono, we'll call you Sensei Mokono, right? Because I have a large appreciation for Vinland Saga. And again, I've talked about this time and time again, but I don't know if you don't already know about Vinland Saga, you need to go check it out because it is one of the best animes that are out there to date. Right? It is a seinen manga that has really put its foot forward and really made an effort to challenge the so big two or big three within seinen. Right? You've got Berserk. You've got Vagabond, some of the better fighting seinen anime, seinen manga, right? And for them to be coming out with a science fiction manga, I could only think that he's doing this for me. And yeah, I appreciate you, Sensei Mokoto, right? I appreciate you because I know I like sci-fi. So I have good faith that this will be good whenever it becomes it releases. But the official statement was, I have an idea, but I don't know if it will be long or short, or when I will be able to start working on it. So the fact that this official statement has come out by Sensei Mokono tells me that, again, he wants to get the message out there that he's trying to work on something else. And I'm all for that, I am one that is not I will say I'm sort of not caught up on the manga yet, and that's only because I don't want to spoil it, but it's something that I personally have an issue with, is spoiling something. I like to review the manga as the anime is releasing, for the most part. And sometimes that happens, sometimes that doesn't happen. Like that, it doesn't happen with Hunter x Hunter, but we know the situation there. But yeah, there's also another Avatar series. All right, so this is based off of essentially a new Avatar, right after Korra, right? So I don't know if Korra just barely dies or whatever the case, but it appears that some time has passed right after Avatar Korra, and I think I heard something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is apparently, I don't know if this. I'm just gonna read. I'm just gonna read what I got, right. So Avatar Seven Heavens is set in a world shattered by devastating cataclysm. A young Avatar discovers she is a new Avatar after Korra. But in this dangerous era, the title marks as humanity. That marks her is as humanity's destroyer, not a savior. So that's very interesting. I'm gonna continue reading though. Hunted by both human and spirit enemies, she and her long lost twin must uncover the mysterious origins, and save the Seven Heaven before civilization stronghold collapses. So, based off of what I gauged from that, it appears some of the rumors might potentially be true. It looks like there may be two avatars potentially, especially if they're twins. I don't see how one. I understand how twins work, but I don't. In the world of anime, all right, it seems quite possible for there to be 2 avatars. And again, if this starts and ends how I think it may, because we know there are 2 spirits. There's the negative spirit and the positive spirit, right? I'm forgetting their both of those can be avatars at the same time, right? However, it's I'm forgetting the names of the avatar. Forgive me, guys. But I think there could be a possibility of 2 avatar guys. It didn't state there'd be 2 avatars, so I don't know if that's entirely true. I can't say definitively that is true, but I'm just gonna say the potential is out there. The possibilities are out there. Okay, so definitely yes. I am loving this. I don't know if one's a girl, one's a guy. I don't know what's going on, but what I am excited for, I'm excited for a new avatar. Like that's give it up, guys. Oh my gosh! Like I mean, I haven't seen a new avatar. It's been years, and I loved Avatar Korra. I loved Avatar Aang. I loved the last Airbenders. You know, I these are some of the animes that I used to like, you know, back in the day, and a lot of people really liked. But you know, Avatar, I don't know where it came from. I think it was like Nick at Nick at Night? Maybe Nick at Night. But Avatar, man, Avatar Aang. I just wish they would have showed him growing up as opposed to him becoming like him being a kid, then being an adult, right? I thought I was a little angry. I'm gonna be honest, but you know, what they could do with this one, they could do like time skips, mini time skips, so we could see the progression of that avatar. That's something they've never done before. So definitely something to look forward to. Let's see. What else was there? Oh yeah, Demon Slayer on the 1st, guys. Demon Slayer is on the 1st. I mean, the movie releases on the 1st. I believe that's in theaters. I believe that's in theaters on the 1st, pretty much everywhere. I'm looking forward to that. I may be watching that. Maybe going to go check that out. Let me know if you're interested. If you follow me on Patreon, if you follow me on Twitch, you know where we'll be at. So, yeah. Next up, we have Solo Leveling's live action is in development, guys. Solo Leveling has been going crazy, but now there are rumors of a live action, and I don't know how to feel about this. It's either going to be like Ajin. Ajin was more of I think they did a live action. I'm not sure. It could be like Attack on Titans live action. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I don't know why they feel the confidence to go through with this, but I'm all for it. Keep going. Next up, we have some gaming news. Right? Rumors of The Last of Us. Let me repeat that. The Last of Us, guys. The Last of Us, titled Fractures. The Last of Us Fractures. So this is big news, guys. This is if you don't know, the gaming channel is going to be making a return very soon, both PC and all consoles. That's PS5 and Xbox. So if you guys are interested, make sure to join the Discord. Discord is pretty much the link for everything, guys. I'm gonna keep mentioning that. But make sure you guys do go check out the gaming channel. That's Zone Voyager. Zone Voyager is the gaming channel. Go check it out. Go subscribe. Go do what you got to do, and we'll see you there. We'll see you there. All right. It's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna probably be in the next few weeks. I estimate sometime around March, early March. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we will definitely be going crazy with some games. That includes Bleach Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, and The Last of Us. I think there's something that I'm missing. If there is, make sure to drop it in the comment section if you've seen it in another podcast episode. Sorry. Other than that, yeah, I'm excited. The next up is Battlefield 6. Apparently, there's some rumors for April 2026, which is earlier than anticipated. It was supposed to be late 2026, and again, they could always push that back. But I'm mentioning it to you guys so you guys know. Just keep some accountability. Yeah, keep some accountability in the fan base. I think that's important to the creators, the developers, the studio producing it. I also think that there may also be, again, we know that GTA 6 is officially coming out. We're nearly certain that GTA 6 is officially coming out at the end of 2025. It has been rumored to be coming out in the fall of 2025. So, with that being said, I want to ask a few questions to the audience. I want to ask a few questions I've asked myself. Some of which is, who do you guys think will be some of the track lists? Because I was looking at a few artists and I was like, you know what? I see a lot of artists with a lot of potential, a lot of music artists that have a lot of potential. And I wouldn't put it past them to have somewhat of an introduction, especially with all this new music that's coming out. I could already imagine, like, yeah, all you really had to do is listen to GNX to really think that, oh yeah, it could be coming out on the radio stations of GTA, right? Which a lot of people know are partially inspired by parts of Miami and Los Angeles. I think that's generally, and I think this one may be the same. I think GTA 6 sort of was like the majority of California. But in terms of the playlist, I think that was some of the more interesting things. Again, we'll get into this conversation as the months go by, but this is a very big year. We haven't gotten a GTA game in almost a decade. No, it has to be almost a decade now. So this is very big, guys. Very big news for GTA. Again, I'm not a advocate for crime in GTA. However, I think the games are extremely fun and should be handled with maturity, right? If you're gonna play a game, that goes for any game, you're gonna be mature about it, right? And so, yeah, again, there are some rumors of a GTA track radio station on GTA 6. We're not getting any official sources, but this is what the rumors are saying. I'm fairly certain that we're going to get some GNX on GTA 6. And if you guys know anything about GTA 5, what we know is that music came out, music pre-released, and as time rolled past, we got new music put on that radio station. So it's very interesting. It's all very interesting. I don't know. I can't confirm anything. So, or not, I guess, in that aspect. But there is there are artists that I was like, you know what? They would look very good. They would sound really good. And I'm not trying to platform anyone, you know, forgive me if this sounds like I'm trying to platform people. That is not the intent. Let me see if I could. So Tommy Richmond. I can see Tommy Richmond on GTA 6. All right. Who else can I see on GTA 6? I can see Drake's Nokia on GTA 6. Right. Who else can I see on GTA 6? Right. I can see Dochi on GTA 6. And these are not as physically, but playing on the game as music, you know, because they have the radio station drop in the vehicle. You guys know. I think they're gonna save the rest for later or whenever the newest trailer releases from that. I find it all very interesting that these things are happening. Again, I wanted to get some things out for you guys this weekend. And it's been, I think we skipped last week. But we're slowly rolling back into things, as you can see, and definitely more things to come. I'm excited for this year, guys. Honestly, there is a video that we have releasing on the Zone FanFic channel that's going to be coming in the next few weeks. We also got a lot of good music, a lot of good artists, a lot of good movies that are coming out just this year. And then, of course, the potential for an apocalypse too. So if that happens, make sure to grab your katanas. Grab your katanas, right? Get those katanas. No, but yeah, I think there's a lot of fascinating things that I just haven't seen in a while. You got 20 days later, or rather, sorry, 28 years later now. And yeah, it's the year of Zompocalypse, guys. The year of Zompocalypse. It's happening. And I'm excited, guys. It's going to be an interesting year. At the very least, it's going to be interesting. And it already started off interesting, but it's going to get even more interesting. All right. So if you guys have enjoyed this this podcast, make sure to, of course, subscribe, like the channel, subscribe, comment, share, and we'll see you guys next time, travelers. Peace out.